Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another episode of Rim Shots with Sean right here in the Rock Rage Radio Network, brought to you by Barstools and Bandtalk. And I'm absolutely blessed that I get to work with a lady like Raquel out in the West Coast because she always introduces me to folks such as these two fine young gentlemen. I have Mike, I have Joshua, all the way from, you guys are in Los Angeles, Ninefinger. How are you, gentlemen?
Good. How are you, Sean?
Good.
Good.
What's
Thanks
up,
for
man?
having us.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for doing it. It's my pleasure. And so first and foremost, 20 years of Ninefinger. So that was the promo that was given to me. Talk a little bit about that.
20 years. Well, we started when I was 15. No, I'm just kidding.
I was 16. We were
Yeah.
high school
Does
buds.
that work? Yeah, it's a lot of ups and downs, but and industry's a lot different than when we started, but we're still here.
Yeah, it's surreal. I was thinking about it driving down here, and I'm like, man, we've grown and matured, and our sound has grown, and songwriting and performances have grown in those 20 years, which is great. And just all these memories started flood back to when we started the band and stuff. It's great.
Well, 20 years is a long time, right? I mean, it sounds cheesy, but there's bands that have had, started and stopped in a shorter period of time, and world famous bands right down to bands that are down your street that probably have never played a show. What do you attribute to 20 years of being able to keep this thing together? I'll go start with you there, Josh.
Yeah, I mean, Mike's pointing at me and himself, which is weird, but no, honestly, if he wasn't as cool as he is, and we didn't get along, and we're brothers from another mother. I mean, it sounds cheesy to say it, but it's the truth. And our drummer Buddha, who's not here tonight, but if the three of us, weren't the core of Ninefinger, and especially Mike, because we write all the songs, if he wasn't as an amazing guy as he is, I would have quit at year two. We just get along. We really click when we're doing business, and it's about the band and decisions and stuff. We work really well together as partners, as friends, as brothers, as bandmates. So I attribute it to him to put up with my crazy. And if he wasn't so cool, I would have given up on my dreams, basically.
You clicked on something interesting. There's a meme that's been going around the internet. I've addressed it on a couple shows. It's the 11 truths that all musicians need to know. I don't know if you've seen it, but one of them is you are a business.
Yeah.
And you just nailed that. And some people, I think, refuse to embrace that concept. I mean, they just the word business is foreign and ugly, and but you are a business, right? So Mike, just talk a little bit about that, and how you guys conduct your business, and why that's so important to what you do.
Well, I mean, we basically, like I said, like you said before, it's been us two the whole ride. Buddha's been here for a little bit, our drummer. But we don't do anything without the other one talking to the other one and also the other one agreeing.
Mhm.
So it's real simple. If we want to do something, we discuss it, boom, we do it. If we don't want to do it, I don't think so. Or maybe one of us says, yeah, let's oh no, we should take a shot. Let's do this. And the other one bends or whatever. But it's simple as that. I mean, he's a little bit more of like the more business than I am. So I tend to kind of bend a little more with him. So
Well, and I want to get into the show here in a second, but something that we also talk a lot about on my podcast, and it's really interesting because I'd love to get your slant on it, is networking and what networking means to moving forward. Because I think, people don't realize everything you do is networking, and it gets weird for them when they put it in the context of, oh, I've got a network to get ahead, but you're always doing that. It's just when you think about it, it gets weird for people. Joshua, what has networking meant for you guys? I mean, I'm assuming you met Raquel through networking and different sorts of things. Just talk about that quickly.
Yeah, we met her through an awesome guy and an awesome band, Scum Love. We
Mhm.
played a show for him. He's a great promoter, talented musician, just an all-around great guy. So we met her through him. I used to be the doorman at Lava Lounge before I had the band, which was like kind of a cool, trendy club in Los Angeles, in
oh,
Hollywood. and we had shows and promoters coming through there, and just by my nature of what I was doing, I made some good friends and good contacts. So when we started the band, I reached out and called in some favors and said, "Hey, I got a new project I'm working on." They're like, "Oh man, that's great." And so a lot of those contacts that I made all those years ago, some of them are I'm still using today. You know what I mean?
I
So
do, yeah.
it's special. And we also, Mike and I, are fans first and foremost of music. We love music. We go to shows. We follow bands. We go to local shows. We support our friends.
Yeah, like
You know,
networking's even going to go
support
see.
your friends.
Yeah, supporting other bands or local bands, whatever.
Mhm.
You know, we do all that too.
I'll throw you something at the both of you, because we're sitting here. This is the first time we met, but we've been emailing back and forth. We met through Raquel. I met Raquel through, well, I'll tell you the story quickly. There's a lady that I deal with out on the East Coast by the name of Jamie Roberts. And I had interviewed some of Jamie's people. And lo and behold, about 6 months after I meet her, um, she's on getting her picture taken on the patio of some place in LA with Raquel. And I'm like, "How do you know Raquel?" And she goes, "How do you know Raquel?" And it was Jamie, right? And I mean, I'm in Halifax, Nova Scotia, Canada, which is the east coast of Canada. She's in Queens, New York. You guys are in LA, yet here we are talking. It's amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And with
Right?
technology, I mean, the advent of, the rise of technology and social media, you could do more. Back in the day, we were flyering, we were at shows, CDs.
Right.
You really had to work the scene. It's gotten a lot easier now because I can talk to you in Nova Scotia and Mike and I and reach out to places we've never been, and I would love to go there. But you know what I'm saying? Like you can reach bigger and broader now.
Well, and truthfully, I don't know, you guys, I don't know if you guys know, the reason why I do this podcast is because if I want to go someplace and I know somebody, I've got a place to stay. No, I'm just kidding.
Now you can come North Hollywood.
Hold on.
There you go.
We'll get the bed ready at the studio here. Let me.
Yeah,
let me
awesome.
fix-
And I'm a drummer too, so if your drummer gets hurt, I can fill in. Look, you got this show at the Viper Room, and it's December 7th, which so I had a friend that played there. I think it was Tuesday night. I saw some video, and there's a lot of comments about the fact that the room is closing, but they don't know when it's going to be closing. So it could be the last time you guys are playing there.
Yeah, very hush hush. Yeah, not a lot of.
Yeah, we don't know anything.
Right.
Talk.
Right, and I heard that. But so on an iconic room, my guitar player actually played there. He's from here. What's that room like for you guys? What's it mean to you guys to be able to do this show and get that underway?
I mean, it's a great room. I love it. I love
it's
playing
not
there.
it's not huge, but
Right.
it's just feel it.
Yeah, it's intimate. You pack the house, and it's just an amazing icon. When you play these iconic places, we have a really good rapport at the Whiskey too. We love the Whiskey. We love what's left of the Sunset Strip.
Right.
And we're playing for a great promoter, Kelly McGarry. Should give her a shout out. She's great because she's a promoter that puts her time and effort into it and puts together like-minded shows, meaning you don't have different genres in one night. It's all like-minded bands. She promotes the heck out of it.
Yeah.
She gets quality bands. But yeah, I mean, playing there we've just had so many great shows there, and we're going to do our 20-year anniversary show there.
It's pretty sweet. It's got a good vibe all around.
And I didn't know, somebody made the comment at the show on Tuesday night that apparently there's a ramp that's coming off the stage now. I guess it wasn't there before.
Yeah. Well,
he loves that.
Yeah. That showed up last time we played there. It was there, and it was perfect because
Right.
I like to go do my thing. So.
And I mean, so here's the thing, just so you guys
should show you this, by the way.
I saw that. Yes, I saw that.
I didn't even realize I had my Viper Room shirt on, but
you guys are rocking some great shirts, and of course, Purple Rain. You can never go wrong with that anytime, right? To put this into context, so like when I was growing up, I grew up on that whole '80s thing, and we'd hear about the Sunset Strip. It was like it seemed like a million miles away and whatever. And I know some people like yourselves and stuff now, and I get to hear about it and possibly visit. But here in Nova Scotia, it's really funny because for you guys, somebody will show up to your show that's maybe famous, and you're like, "Oh yeah, he showed up." He showed up. For us, Ben Affleck goes up here and he goes into a gas station and buys a pack of smokes, and it's caught on video and it makes news for 5 days. I mean, you know what I mean? It's so
front page.
But that being said, I'm guessing you don't take gigs like these for granted, right? You go and bring your A game and you really try to make sure you do something significant. Is that a fair statement?
Absolutely.
For sure.
Yeah.
We've it was never a discussed thing, but I think from day one, from our first show until the show on December 7th, like we play as if there's a million people there, whether we're playing in the largest auditorium or the smallest little divey shithole bar, you get the same show because that one person that's checking us out for the first time deserves to see us at our best. So we always like a subliminal or subconscious mentality was we always perform every show. Leave your shit at the door and rock out and put on a rock show. And if someone's coming to see us, we want to make sure that they get the best show they've ever seen.
Well, Jensen, we're all on the same page there because nothing drives me more bananas. I mean, there was a band that played up here at a bar, and they had a good crowd, and the singer was on. Maybe it was a bass player, but he was on stage wearing a pair of Birkenstock sandals and socks. And I'm sitting there going, does anything say you have less respect for your audience than that? I mean, come on, you know what I mean? So we're on the same page there. Some of your reviews, I mean, so with the sound that pays homage to rock's golden age while still feeling fresh, that was like LA Weekly. Ninefinger delivers a sonic punch that will leave you breathless. Buzz Slayer. I mean, these are not, mamby-pamby reviews, right? These are heavy hitting, really gooey things that anybody would love to have. Well,
Yeah.
You see a review like that, it must bring you joy that you probably had some ups, you had some downs, you go like, somebody gets it. Thank you very much.
For sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Our first one wasn't too hot. It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't too hot.
Yeah, we've given you all the good ones, but I know what you're like, and even the negative ones, some people are so fragile. It fuels us. We're like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
you motherfucker.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You didn't get it. That's fine. We don't care because
All right.
we actually had a guy that came to one of our early shows and he was like, I don't get it. Came like 2 or 3 years later, came up after the show. I remembered who he was. And he was like, man, I'm going to apologize. And I said, and I knew for what, but I was like, for what?
For what?
He's like, you guys have grown or I don't know what. And he just was like, kudos to you guys for sticking in there and doing your thing,
That's amazing. And, I find sometimes you have to throw yourself on the tracks to make a point with people like that. There's a post. I woke up this morning there's going to be a show announced here locally that is going to be great, but we often, because of our geography, it's hard to get shows here. And so people always complain, how come we don't get shows or get them here and there? And anyway, so there was one announced, and of course I wake up and there's all these stupid negative comments. So I said, the post was, the next time you're scrolling through social media and you see someone posting something that isn't smart, try this instead of responding or commenting. Look at their profile picture, feel bad, move along. And I said, allow me to demonstrate. And I put a picture of myself there. And the point was, hey, you're being a jackass. We all know it, but I'm going to throw myself on the tracks. Do you guys sometimes, maybe in an effort to not take yourself too seriously, you have to do that, or you guys just do your thing and not worry about it?
We don't take ourselves too serious. Like we like to joke. We joke on stage. We're not up there like acting cool or we're just naturally
gotta be rock, man. I can't,
Yeah, we're
disturbed rocker,
That's why I don't know if you saw any of our videos. Like I actually made a video, a Beavis and Butthead video with our song, and it got us on the Hawk up in Canada.
Oh, nice.
Because of that. And I like to edit videos and have fun. And I showed it to him and we were laughing and I edited Ninefinger shirts on Beavis and Butthead. And they reached out and they're like, we saw your video. We love it. Your band's cool. We wouldn't have found you without the video. So we like to do fun things. We like to joke. We like to,
I don't think
be approachable too.
Also,
I mean, that's a big
it's
one.
like life. I don't think you should take life too seriously either. So.
Yeah. That's another reason why he's the lead singer, but he's egoless. I mean, he's a great front man, but he's also not an egomaniac. And so
Mike, no LSD, bud, no LSD.
Green M&Ms only.
Well, except for that, that's his only.
Right. So when we say LSD, the old lead singer disease, so you don't have that, which is great, right? Because I've played with people that are like that, and it's like, oh my God, are you hearing what you're doing? Like we're working our ass off. You're forgetting lyrics. You're So it's great when you, well, I'll be honest, it's great to talk to people that actually care, because I see a lot of people that don't care, and unfortunately, that's just kind of the world we live in right now, and that's just the way that it is. Um, I hopefully I covered most of the stuff Raquel wanted to cover. One of the things I do want to ask you guys just before we wrap this up is, in terms of your writing and in terms of what you may have on the horizon coming out, what's 2025 going to look like for you guys?
Well, we do have what, five little
Yeah, we got
a little
new
five song-
music
yeah, new music coming out
for sure.
for sure.
Yeah.
We are definitely gonna concentrate on getting out of town, so we'll probably be coming to a place near you. I don't
Nice.
know. That'd be cool to
Yeah.
go up there.
We got some
Um,
pretty cool things in the works. We had something going on in South Africa for a long time, this rock festival, and then the pandemic hit, and
Which is good because we would have got stuck there.
yeah, we would have gotten stuck in South Africa. But
Yeah.
so we've got some things. I lived in France for a while, and I made this contact one night out of our show, talk about being approachable. This guy came up and was like, "Man, I loved you guys," and I'm like, "Where are you from?" He's like, "France," and I speak some French. And so we were talking. He's like, "Man, this is great." And so we kept in touch. Well, it turns out his father is the head of the cultural affairs in this town outside of Paris.
Nice.
He's trying to bring us there. So there's all these things that are going. We're hoping next year could be our biggest year, but we're going to start with focusing on releasing new music. We have a bunch of new stuff coming out, some new videos, and some big shows here in town and outside of town too. We're actually trying to do like an East Coast tour. I grew up in New England. We're trying to
Nice.
get out there as well. He's from Arizona. We always go to Arizona.
How far is Nova Scotia?
We're 12 hours north of Boston.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, and just as we wrap, it's interesting that you mentioned the Paris thing, because a band that I play in, of all things, we did a wedding last year in Dublin, Ireland.
Oh man.
Oh, sweet.
And so we stuck around for a week, and we went to Phil Lynott's grave. And on his grave, there was this guitar pick of this band that there was a website, and I looked them up, and I actually contacted them. They're like, "How'd you find out about us?" I said, "Well, I was at Phil Lynott's grave. Your pick was there." I interviewed them, and it was very cool. So yeah, I mean, hey man, like, a contact's a contact, right?
For sure.
Right. Gents, last question. Where do my viewers/listeners find out about you? Get all the latest and greatest, follow you, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Always ninefinger.com, ninefinger.com. All our socials, which are at ninefinger999. Twitter, we're on all or X, whatever the hell they call it now. Instagram, Facebook, all of that. And weirdly enough, ninefinger.com, the old school website, all our stuff is on there.
Go figure, eh? Like with all the new, and there's this blue sky that's got 20 million subscribers in a week or something. But so 20 years of Ninefinger, December 7th. I've got a lot of followers in the LA area, so I'm going to challenge my gang to go out.
We'll give your audience special. Any of those people, hit us up on our Instagram. They'll be on our list, VIP list,
whatever you want,
free entry. We should mention we've got great bands, local LA bands, Bombchild, Sensation, District 4, Ajax. Kelly McGarry is the awesome promoter for that night. Rachel's amazing, and also Mike's gonna kill me. We are legit Ninefinger. Oh, people ask us, and they're like, "What? Where's the name?" Well, we got a real one here. We'll save it for the next interview. How it happened.
Well, I was gonna say, because I'm the type of guy that if I'm eating chicken wings and I get sauce on my fingers, I get all weird. So God love you, man, for enduring that.
That's what happened.
Hard.
Eating chicken wings, I got hit the wrong.
Gents, I want to thank you so much for your time. It was great meeting you, and we'll get the word out for the 7th. And peace and love, and hopefully you guys have a great holiday as well.
You too, brother. Thank you so much.
We're back after this.